A night of elegance at Guy Martin's 70th birthday. On January 22, 1981, Georgetown's social scene was illuminated by a spectacular white tie dance to celebrate the 70th birthday of Guy Martin, a prominent figure in Washington, D.C. society. Guy, known for his charm and love of life, welcomed around 70 friends, family, and neighbors to his elegant Georgetown home, a house that had become a hub of culture and hospitality. The guests enjoyed a night filled with dancing to the lively tunes of Devron, toasts with champagne from bars set up on both floors, and an exquisite midnight supper served in the home's Morrow ceiling dining room. The youngest guest, Guy Martin IV, charmed the crowd alongside his parents, Ellen and Guy Martin III, and his maternal grandparents, the John Palmer Fishwicks from Roanoke, Virginia. The three other Martin children, Theodore, Jay, and Christopher, were also in attendance, along with Edie's brother and sister, the King Goulds, making it a full family affair. Who was Guy Martin? Guy Martin was more than a socialite. He was a prominent figure in legal, political, and cultural circles. He served as Assistant Secretary of the Interior for Land and Water Resources in the Carter administration and played a crucial role in the Alaska Native Claims Settlement Act. His professional life took him from Alaska to Washington, D.C., where he quickly became embedded in the city's fabric, eventually deciding to stay. In D.C., he joined the law firm Perkins Coie and continued his work in natural resource management, becoming an influential member of the Capitol Hill community. Martin was known for his eclectic tastes and love for the arts, particularly opera and classical music. His home became a place where he and his wife, Edie, hosted various cultural gatherings, from classical musicales to grand parties. A regular attendee of the Kennedy Center and the Metropolitan Opera, Martin's passion for music and intellectual engagement was evident in both his personal and professional life. The house on the corner of 33rd and O Streets. Martin's Georgetown home, originally built by real estate speculator Saxon in the mid-19th century, was steeped in history and elegance. With 14-foot ceilings, a double living room with two grand pianos, floor-to-ceiling windows, and an extensive library filled with leather-bound volumes, the house was a reflection of its owner's tastes and interests. The home had previously hosted figures like General Douglas MacArthur and various members of British aristocracy before becoming the Martin family residence. Guy Martin purchased it from his wife's mother, Louise Highboard, who had herself come from a notable Philadelphia family. The house was filled with unique and eclectic touches, such as a black bear figurine that once belonged to a friend, and rooms named whimsically, like the Red Room for its crimson curtains. The property was not just a living space, but a cultural venue that reflected Martin's love for history, art, and intellectual discourse. Falling in love with Washington, D.C. Guy Martin's story is part of a broader phenomenon of people who come to Washington, D.C. for government service or professional opportunities and find themselves captivated by the city's unique charm, deciding to make it their permanent home. For many, D.C. offers more than just a job. It provides a sense of purpose, access to rich cultural life, and a diverse community of like-minded individuals. Martin, like many others, arrived in D.C. for a role in government, but quickly became enamored with the city's vibrant intellectual and social atmosphere. He chose to stay, contributing to the community and building a life that was both impactful and filled with cultural richness. This trend is evident in other figures who have come to Washington for temporary assignments but found it impossible to leave, drawn by the city's unique combination of history, politics, culture, and community. From Supreme Court justices like Sandra Day O'Connor and Ruth Bader Ginsburg to journalists like Ben Bradley and Cokie Roberts, many notable figures have arrived in Washington for a specific role and stayed for the community. They found a city that offers endless opportunities for engagement, both professional and personal, and a place that feels like home. Guy Martin's life and his choice to settle in Washington, D.C. exemplify the draw of the nation's capital, where politics, culture, and community intertwine to create a uniquely compelling place to live.